Welcome to Pub Sorts Radio Golf Edition Prize Picks. Real quick, let's kick it off while we do. Get the Prize Picks, hit promo code Pub Sports. You see it right on the screen. Put 100, they match it. They give you 100. If you've already done it, find a way to do it again because it's worth it. It's a good time, and money's to be made here in golf. We always got to go over last week. Last week, finally caught a couple L's that were tough. Taylor Gooch couldn't get one more birdie for me there for 4, so that one hurt, and some higher scores from normal. But I think we can get back on track. We were good. We had about a 4-week run where at least our main one hit. So let's get back on track this week. Let's get to it. Shout out to Burns too at the Schwab. Tough course, tough day on Sunday, and he played unbelievable in that playoff. But let's get right to Jack's Place Memorial. Great tournament. Tigers won this 8 or 9 times back in the day. Obviously, he is not in this, but others are. Best players in the world here. And it's kind of been the John Rahm, Patrick Cantlay show here the last few years. But first, when I kick off, we will get into him later, which I got some stuff to talk about him. I need him to play well, which hopefully he does. But let's get into our first 2-pack here I have with Prize Picks. Let's get right to my first one, Corey Conners. I'm on his greens and regulation. I have been on this guy a few times for this here with Prize Picks, and I think they have it set just low enough here. He had been 12 and a half in weeks past. He is 11 and a half this week. He's still 11th on tour on greens and regulation, 70%. So I find some value here with him. So 12 out of 18, 66%. You're getting there. So he's hitting 13, a little over that. So we're getting the 11 and a half. I think he gets 13 at least this week. 12 at the worst, and we win there. Because the last few weeks, too, Corey Conners, he dropped. I think he was 4th. Mito's moved up. He's not on there this week. He's moved down a little bit. He's 10th. And he had been 12 and a half, so we stopped taking him. But now that he's back down to 11 and a half, now we pull the trigger on Corey Conners. I think he's the play on greens and regulations. Next, let's get to, I'm going strokes. I'm staying off birdies this week. Birdies are high on Prize Picks this week. Like Rahm, obviously guys that dominated the course. Smith, 4.5. Cantlay, 4.5. I don't want any of those. Morikawa, Hovland's 4. Rory, Spieth, all those guys. Over 4 birdies, which they can do. Very fair course here. I love this course, Memorial. Tough, tree line, rough, but get on the green. Birdies will be made. There will be 67, 66, but I think it'll be good. But anyways, Max Homa, he is going to, I think, just guys playing phenomenal golf with Riviere, Potomac, Charles Schwab. He knows how to win. I just need him to get under par here. Par 72. I need him to shoot. He's 71 and a half on Prize Picks. I think he gets it. I just love the grit of this guy, and he's playing his best golf right now. So Max Homa, under 71 and a half. I thought that was great. I thought he'd be 71, just the way he's been playing golf. A few other guys that were at 71 real quick that I was looking at. Hideki, 71, Zalatoris, Horschel, 71 and a half. I was looking through all these guys. Answer maybe is a play. But I thought Max Homa would be the best guy. Playing good golf and decent success here in the past. He's had a few miscuts, but, a few top 20s. So we're going our first one. Corey Conners, over 11 and a half greens in regulation. I think he gets it. I love this guy's ball striking. His problem is he can't putt. Just struggles on the greens, but just get me on there, baby. And I think it'll be good. And then Max Homa, under 71 and a half strokes. Let's get to my second one. I'm going right back to strokes. Maybe we'll change because maybe we'll do, with everything dying down, I know in the next few weeks, maybe we'll get to it. U.S. Open coming up. We'll do double Friday shows too, especially depending if you guys show up and you guys like this, because I think money's to be made here in Prize Picks. But let's get to the strokes in our second one. I'm going with the guy I talked about, the guy who ruined me at the PGA, Patrick Cantlay. But it just seems he loves this golf course. For some reason. He probably wouldn't have won last year for Rahm getting COVID, but 2-time winner here. Just loves this golf course. So I got him under 70 and a half. I think he can do it. That's 2 under par. Patrick Cantlay, For this birdie set to 4.5, I think you can do it. He hasn't played well, and the PGA was horrible. But I thought his number was decent. Let's go through some of these. So Rahm, who the other guy, it's kind of been the Rahm Cantlay show here the last 4 years. He's at 70. You got Cam Smith, Morikawa. Don't want Morikawa. He could play well here. I'm just staying off him until he gets better. Hovland 70.5. Rory, not really. Jordan Spieth, Schauffele's decent record here. Hideki would it be a second look? Hideki's at 70, 71. I didn't love it, but Cantlay, I'm going with him here. Just going off it. Get me there. Get me home. And last on this one, I got to talk about Adam Scott. I just love the way he's played this golf course. So last year was 16th. Then he didn't play in 2020, the COVID year. And then, second. And he had like a 32nd, 31, tie for fourth, 13th. That's going back to 2014. The guy just loves playing golf here. Another guy not playing good golf. And maybe I could get roasted on this, but I think him to shoot par or better would be solid. Patrick Reed, there's some guys playing a little bit better golf. 71.5. Cameron Young. Berger's been out. I would not play Berger. Him and DeChambeau could be good fades. DeChambeau, though, set at 73. Went over. I'd still play him to shoot over 73. I want nothing to do with DeChambeau, and he probably is going to pull out. I mean, they still have him here on PrizePicks. It looks like he's trying to go, and that wrist just ain't working. So if you're looking to fade a guy, there's just no way I'd be on Bryson DeChambeau until he's healthy in this one. Last, before I got it, so that's my second pick. Cantlay, Scott. Cantlay's got to shoot just 2 under. I think could do it real quick with Cantlay. I forgot to mention, I had this written down. 7 is last 2 times here. His last 8 rounds, 7 of 8 have been under par. And his final round last year was a 71. So he's gotten here. He's been in the 60s. 7 out of 8 his last 8 rounds here. So that's what really gave me the confidence to pull the trigger on Patrick Cantlay. So get it done, Cantlay. Get it done. Last, I want to touch on this because I've done it at times. There's some value here on the fairways. Fairways hit. I love to get to this one when I can. Just depends on the course. Same thing with birdies. I just want to see if these guys are going to eat it up. Like I talked about, Rahm, Cantlay, they're all at 4.5. Which they could probably get. But 5, 6 birdies, you got to get that. And when you're putting your money down here, I want to see it to believe it if it's going to play this low this week. So fairways hit. There's a few guys I think that are fades on fairways hit here. Let me touch it here real quick on the PrizePicks. Zalatoris. So Will Zalatoris is 8.5. One of the furthest guys. DeChambeau's even 7.5. I'm not going to mess with him. He's all over the place. Like I said, he might not even play. Zalatoris is 191. There's about 210 golfers, on PGA when you look at the rankings. And he is 191. This guy's been great with his second shots. For a guy who doesn't putt well, and he hasn't been hitting the fairway. So he's at 51%, 191, and he's set at 8.5. So and this is tree line, the rough. This won't be easy to do. I'd pick his under that. So I think you got a stroke and a half here, 8.5. I think he's right around 7 or 8 tops. So if you find value, this was a third one I put. You can play, you cannot play, do your deal. I don't, it's just one I was really looking at fairways hit where I didn't see a ton of value, but I did with some of these guys that I'd actually fade. So Zalatoris is one. Next one, Joaquin Niemann, not a guy that's hitting the fairway, 165th on tour. His is set at 9. So another, I think, value here. Niemann's, he's just hitting 54%. Another. Tons and tons of value, those two. Lastly, Patrick Reed, he was 111th. His is set at 9. He's been playing better golf, so maybe that's the third guy on there you maybe look at to add. But if you're looking at fairways hit, those 3 guys, I think, are kind of fades, especially those 2. Niemann, Zalatoris. Of course, one could get hot, but I love the value. 8.5, 9, when these guys are regularly only hitting 50%, 51%, 54% for Niemann. So I love that there. If you're looking to play fairways hit, I'd fade those guys. That's about it. No value on fairways to take the over. Answer set at 10 and 10. There's a bunch of guys at 9.5. I don't want that. There's not enough guys that hit over 70% on tour on the fairways to take over 10. I mean, they got hit 11 out of 14 fairways. No way. No way. So you could even fade maybe a guy like Answer to hit 10 fairways. So that is it. Let's roll through it again before we bounce. Shout out to everyone in the chat. In here, Preston, Elliot V, Nate. Thanks for rolling in. We got to get back on the winning track, and I think we will. Let's roll through it one more time before we bounce. Corey Connors, my guy. I've used this guy multiple times. Greens and regulations over 11.5. I love this. I think this guy's penciled in for 13. You know, as long as he's ball striking solid, his problem, the putter, like we talked about, but just get it on the green. As they say, baby, just get it on the green. And Max Homa, I'm taking this a hot guy who's played solid golf, and I'm just looking at him to shoot 71. We got 71.5. I love it. I think he can go at least a couple under. I definitely love that. And let's get to the last one, my second one, my 2-pack. You know, prize picks for rebounds. Patrick Cantlay, 70.5. I'm just rolling with him, a guy who's not played good golf, and hopefully he gets good feelings. Golfers do that. They just good feelings on a golf course they've played really, really well at, and he has here, so I'm banking on that. So I hope he plays well. And last is Adam Scott. It was even par 72. I almost wish it was 72.5, but I think he can play well. I'm going off his course history here. Like I said, there was a few other guys, you know, Hideki, you know, at 71, Shane Lowry you could look at, but I rolled with Adam Scott. Let's see if he can just, you know, stay one under and get by. So that is it. That is my my two packs here for Prize Picks. Get there, get it done. Hopefully we have a big week in cash. The last few weeks have been good, except last week wasn't good. So we will hopefully get back on track. Once again, hit promo code PubSports, get to Prize Picks. We love it. NHL playoffs, NBA, the finals, Celtics, Warriors. You got MLB every day. Check out Sharpie, the Walking Dead, my guy, killing it there. Maybe I can join him on a Sunday like I did the other day. He does a great job here, Prize Picks and Pub Sports Radio. So that is it. We're out of here. Once again, promo code PubSports. Get there. Peace. We be pubbing! Peace.